Hello, this is the CRT man here. On July 12th, 2013, I went to the Salvation Army to donate some more stuff for Donation Day 9. And while I was there, I saw the Sony Trinitron KV-9P20 CRT TV from October 1994. It was so cute. It was a little 9-inch. I've actually seen those on eBay, but to see it in person was so cool. There's a comparison to my hand. So yeah, it was from 1994, like I said. They had a Mac G4 Quicksilver. That was pretty cool to see there. They had an eMachines T4852. That was actually the first time I saw an eMachines PC in person. And actually, a dude took a couple of the computers there and bought them. They had a ton of LCD monitors. I had to take 2 pictures because that's how many they had. They still have the same 2002 Memorex, which is kind of cut off. The same NEC LCD monitor, the beige one, the 1980s Panasonic, and the 1994 Sharp still there after, what, maybe a week or something? And I think the 80s Panasonic was written down to only $10, and I think it was a 50% off sale. But I still couldn't buy it. Sorry. They had a Sega Genesis controller, which was released in 1989. They had 2 Sega Genesis Model 1s, which is pretty cool to see there. They're both about $20. They had a Toshiba 14 AF45 CRT television set from June 2005. Now, if you just saw my previous video on the Salvation Army, the previous one I just made before this, I think it was on July 6th, maybe. They had a 14 AF46 from May 2006, and in fact, it was still there that day. So these are extremely related. They had an MTX Roadrunner Speaker, which was pretty big. They had a Blueberry iMac G3 keyboard, which was in mint condition. They had some more old keyboards, pretty awesome stuff. They had a National Panasonic radio. I don't really see the National brand that much in the U.S. I'm pretty sure it was made in the 80s. They had a General Electric 7-4625A Clock-Radio with cool wood grain. They had a Sega Genesis Model 2, which was only $20 and in great condition. They had 3 PS1s. Again, if you saw one of my previous Salvation Army videos, you would know that they had 3 PS1s. They had another Panasonic Clock-Radio, which was cool. They had a pretty gigantic speaker. They had a Compaq Presario SR1810NX, which is pretty cool to see there. They had a lot of PCs that day. They had a Zenith PDI 29 TV-F-M CRT, not really even a TV. It was like maybe like one of those security camera things. It was like a special type of CRT TV. It was manufactured March 15th, 2001. It was complete box when I found it there, and it had all the manuals and everything. They had some Sony Bio desktops in great condition. They looked really cool. They had some sound tuners / stereo receivers, all that good stuff. Some VCRs and DVD players as usual. Cassette decks, another big speaker. A vintage Sony cassette deck, which was in great condition. They had some more VCRs, DVD players. And last but not least, they had another newer Sony Bio desktop. And I actually took that picture at the era where you actually pay money for it, because the guy who took the eMachines and a couple things like that, he was about to buy it, and I asked, "Can I take one picture before you buy it?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." There was also a Dell. They still have that same Dell Dimension computer from last time. He was about to take it, but he didn't. So yeah, a lot of awesome stuff, a lot of PCs and computers and stuff like that. So yeah, there's going to be more Salvation Army donations and more stuff of the Salvation Army videos coming soon. So thank you for watching this video.